Hi, so today we're talking pumpkins. There is a lot of pumpkin nail out there. There is every year at this time, and I just thought I would share with you a couple of ways to do them. Some using chrome, some using polish, glitter and foils. So I have just done 2 coats of this one because I like it as a background colour. I'm just going to do them all nude. Then I have matte top coated and buffed to start, because more than likely when I use chrome I will forget, so bear with me. Okay, so the first one is relatively simple. So I'm going to use the squash that I got the other day. This one is not going to be a glittery one or anything like that. This is going to be the simple and to the point pumpkin. So I have chosen the coffin tips because they don't get as much use as I'd like. So you are literally painting, and I'm going to neaten that up in a second. You are literally painting 2 humps, kind of like a heart but without the bottom half. So we'll just neaten up those lines. And that little screw up right there. And then you want to cure. So that is cured. I am going over it again with a matte top coat because I am about to use gel paint on it, which is a no wipe, and because I plan to keep this part matte. But you can just go straight in with the lines, which I will show you next. Right, so that is cured, and this is one of the easiest lines to draw, really. So you are literally outlining the outside of your pumpkin, and then you just follow the sweep down. I need a little more gel on that brush, I was a little stingy. So follow the sweep down, reload your brush, or just put more on than I have apparently put on my palette, and swoop down again, and then you can add the extra lines. I need to top up my palette, and then you can draw your little sticky. 1 second. This gel is not being overly friendly this morning. There we go. You can draw the little twirl on it if you want, or you can leave it as it is. Let's just sort those ruddy lines out and cure, and that is your first pumpkin done. Easy as. You can use gel polish or gel paint. You don't have to matte top coat the way I did in between layers either. So I'll leave that to cure and I'll get on to the next one. Okay, this one I am going to use foils. And what I am going to do, this gel polish is not my favourite, but it's the only one in the shade that I wanted. So, okay, I'm doing this straight up the nail, but you can do this on a diagonal. So because this one's runny, I'm just going to cure this bit first. Okay, so I'm just going to wipe the tacky. No, okay then. Swear to God, this gel polish hates me. I will be right back. Okay, we're going in with the green shade. I wanted a blue shade, but I also want a gel polish I know I can use, and it's going to stay where I put it. That one came in a box with some other stuff, but I am having issues with it. It separates in the bottle, so you need to really, really shake it every single time. It has a funky dunky smell to it, which I don't really care for, and it's really, really thin. So let us put that back in. Okay, let's try again. I don't know if I've given you any of you this tip before, but I use these because you know, like a lot of the lint-free wipes you get say no linty, but they're actually are linty. These are actually waxing strips, you know, for leg waxing and whatnot. And I buy those, chop them to the size I want them, and pop them in my drawer. They are completely lint-free, and they actually work out way cheaper because you can get the waxing strips. So they're, I don't know what you'd call them. They're not like the linen fabric. They're like, I don't know, thicker. But these are cheaper, and they work out a lot cheaper. And for a pack of like 1,000 or whatever, you can get a load of those little squares out of it. So take 2. I am going to wipe the tacky layer off of that, because I am going in with foil gel and I don't want it sticking everywhere. So I'm a little disorganized this morning, can you tell? So for my next stackable, now I did think about it, you could probably paint the top one, the bottom one, and then paint the middle one over. Probably. But I'm not entirely sure, so I'm just going to go this way. So I'm just going to put a blob of it there. And then I'm just going to move it to where I want it. So my middle pumpkin is going to be a foily pumpkin. Now you can do this for just the single pumpkin look, like the first nail we did with the gel polish. It's basically the same steps, but you would use foil gel instead of your gel polish, although you can actually put a background colour on it. So I'll cure this. I'm going to be using a cute little flowered one. I dug out all my foils. In the past I have done animal print ones, and you can always go metallic-y. Is that the word? You can always go metallic-y as well. I'm just hoping to show you a couple of different ways. Here's my 30-second cure. Pick the bit I want. I think I want it more flowery. Cross your fingers. And there is our little flowery pumpkin. Just try and miss any bits there. We've ended up with a stray bit there, so we'll just knock that off. Okay, and I'm going to draw the lines on afterwards. So I will just grab, because I have it next to me, a little fine liner for my final pumpkin. That was probably a little much gel. And the good thing about pumpkins, they do not need to be perfectly symmetrical, because they most definitely do not grow that way. Cure that. There we do. Now I am going around this in black again, but you can go around it in any colour you fancy. It's just that I have the black out on my palette. So for me, it is easier just to go in with that. But really, you could go in with something that's more fit into the colour scheme. With these all being like pastel-y flowers, it didn't really need to be black. So this one would need fully outlining. I was just wondering if this gel liner was giving me so much jip, because just thinking about it then, I've had this for almost 4 years now, this tub. That shows how long the gel paints can last, because the tiniest bit goes a really long stinking way. Okay, I'm going to colour that bit in black there, because that could just be where its little stick is. And our little, okay, those are terrible lines. And there is your stacked pumpkin. My lines are a little wonky, but you kind of get the drift. So I will cure that and then top coat. Okay, this next one, I am going in with a gel polish as a background colour. Same shape again. I've come a bit further up than I meant to, but that is fine. So you just want to cure this. Then you go in with your no wipe. Or if you are using gel paint, if you're using gel polish, do these lines and then top coat with a fine liner just over these black lines, because you want these black lines to be non-stick. So we'll go down again. And you can add as few or as many of these lines as you'd like. Okay, so that's cured, and I have some top coat on my palette. And not on the black lines, but on the orange on the orange segments, I am filling those in with some top coat. And we are going to use this to stick down some glitter so we can have a glittery pumpkin. Now you do this after you have glittered everywhere else, so this will leave you with like a rough texture. But if you don't want the rough texture, you could glitter it, cure it, and then go over with like a builder gel or a really thick no wipe top gel, which would then give you like a 3D effect and cure that. So the glitter would be housed in something, but you would have the slightly bulkier nail. So let me just pop that in there. And I am just going to spoon some of that over there. And this will stick into your top coat. So you just want to make sure that's on there and then tap off your excess, and you can brush it afterwards. So you just want to cure that. So that is out the lamp, and you just want to give that a brush. Oh, sorry about that, I tapped my lamp. To get all the loose excess off. In some cases you may need to go back over because your top coat will spread. So it may cover the black lines, you know, like it slightly has there. So you also have the option of painting a section, glittering a section, curing, next section, next section, next section, and it would leave you your black lines in peace without them being disrupted. So then you just want to give him his little stalk. And that one's done. Okay, so we're going in again with the same shape again. And remember, although I am doing these at the bottom of the nail, you can have these coming in at the corners like a diagonal. You can move them to any way you want. I'm just putting it in the easiest position for me to work with. Okay, so you want to go in with whatever colour you're using. This is the colour that's going to stay there. So you want to cure this. after this colour's cured, you do want to matte top coat the entire nail. So I have cured this, matted it, and then buffed it, just to make sure we don't have any issues with the chrome. And again, the absolute same lines. So it's a really, really simple design, but you can do it so many different ways using so many different things. You can 3D it, gel it, foil it, chrome it, just polish it. It's also a look you can use for pop art as well. For the pop art, you just make sure you're definitely using the black outside lines, but you can pattern each section. And then just matte top coat, because pop art always looks better with a matte top coat. Oh, a little crooked stick. So you do all your details, and then we cure, and then we chrome. Alright, so we'll cure that. Okay, and just a little chrome on there. You could also do your base pumpkin in the chrome, so you would just top coat your pattern on, your shape of your pumpkin, or you could go in with a black gel pen or a black gel polish, and then top coat and chrome on top of that. And there you have that one. Okie dokie, and that is your 4 pumpkins. So I hope you give it a try, and I hope you can follow along. And don't forget, any of these ideas can be altered to whatever suits. So you can have the shiny coats, the matte coats. You can 3D that one with gel, or you can leave it with the rough glitter. You could use the chromes for full pumpkins. Anything. They're just basic ideas that can be moved to however you need them. So thank you all for watching. If you haven't already, please leave me a like, and please subscribe to get more new videos. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.